Moving on to round number 3. We're talking about what these guys do on the production side of things, right? With that being said, both of these individuals also stepped into the game with their own labels. They decided to introduce new talent to the world via their own little hubs, one called Star Track, the other one called Good Music. So let's talk about both these guys' A&R ears, if you will, all right? As label and owners / producers of their own companies, who gifted us with the best A&R ear out the game? Some examples. Kanye West gave us Kid Cudi, gave us Big Sean, gave us John Legend. While you got examples on the PHARRELL side of things with the Clips, Khalees, and N.E.R.D. All groundbreaking music, all heavy chart-topping kind of music, all big radio type records from all these artists mentioned. So I asked you guys, sorry Pete, hold on. I asked you guys, when it comes to the A&R ear, again, we know there's other people that work for the company that do the real A&Ring, but that's what being the president gets you, the right to be like, I did that, I made that happen. So when we're talking about A&R ears, which one of these guys did it best? Was it Star Trek? Was it Good Music? And if you can give us some examples, who do you got?
I want to say Ye because he had he bought out Pusha T.
He did. I knew. Yeah, I forgot to mention Pusha shit.
Whoa! Hold on.
Oh, there is a little.
You about to make him take the shake
breaks,
out.
Boy.
You put this pen away.
He about to take the shake out.
I'm a fucking breaks.
Wait. Hold on. Let me get some popcorn. I want to get some popcorn.
Pharrell had the clips, but
Pusha T is in the clips. What do you mean?
Yeah, Pharrell had the clips, but
if there was no
Triple C makes a valid point.
No Pusha T, and plus Pharrell is all over the Pusha T.
Listen, Pharrell worked Justin Timberlake, not in sync. You know what I'm saying?
You know what we just witnessed?
Triple C brings up a good point.
We just witnessed 2 grizzly bears fighting in the woods. You saw what that was?
The kids call it gaslighting. And
yes.
Yes.
That was the gaslight.
That's what he did. That's what he did to me. That's what he did to me.
There was slapboxing in the woods.
Hell no, Triple C. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
You lost that one, man.
Listen, Triple C. Respectfully, I'm gonna be the host for a second. Triple C, speak your mind.
Ye had Common.
He got Common. Yeah, he absolutely had Common.
He didn't find Common.
I wouldn't. No, I would say that's like a little brother. That's like a little brother. I'm sorry, P. Go ahead.
Well, no, she was saying Common is Common before yeah, but
yeah.
But P, respectfully, and I think we were both there at the same time.
Yeah, no.
That Common album brought Common back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go very much changed it, especially
Universal Mind Control. I loved, but it left people in a space that were like, "What the fuck is this?"
Hold on. Go ahead, P. I got something.
It was Common. He gave him a lane, but it was more so like him working with a different producer. So if we're talking about A&R and taking the ear, whatever else, yes, obviously there's a. I don't want to call it an elevation because it's not. Common was Common, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't for the masses yet, right? It was for people who understood and heard with different ears. Right. But on the other side of that, it became simplified. I hate Come Close. Come Close is my least favorite Common song I have ever heard. I'm sorry.
I love Come Close. It's so nice.
But it's
for real. I thought you was respectfully. I thought you was a female. You were gonna be like, I love that record. I was like, you're like, no.
Jules, you know better than that.
Nice.
I mean, even Mary. I mean, Mary on the hook. Like, come here.
Oh, you even give my daughter love.
It got the Benita Apple bum flow.
You know, like that shit. Like it was a poem somebody wrote on a napkin.
You said, "Are your eyes still green, girl?"
Yeah, and then she was to talk about. I mentioned the videos before. Then she was blind in the video, and they tried to make it this whole thing.
No, she was deaf. She was deaf. So you're not even giving her the right credit. If you go tear it down, tear it down.
That was a fire hook. That was a fire hook, man. Mary killed. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's a dope record.
It was a good hook. Yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, simplified Common. It took out the sense from Common. That record.
He's the radio record.
No. What took the sense out of Common was him messing around with Erykah Badu. That's what took the sense out of Common.
That gave him all the sense. I don't care. There's magic in that woman, and she can describe
Look,
the world.
Nerve.
So chooses. Okay.
She had that dude looking like a hippie.
Let's be clear here. Y'all mentioning Go and Come Close to Me Did Kanye produce that song?
No, that was all. That was when he was on Star Trek for a second.
Okay.
So
then there's that. But also, let's not discount Like Water for Chocolate, which came out before.
Absolutely, Like Water for Chocolate is my shit. That's my shit. But it.
Comment on good music and what was Kanye, and that since we're talking about the the artists that he moved and whatever else, that's why I was saying to me, Kanye doesn't get credit for Common in the same way. Like
You should.
We could leave Common out of that.
It's a different kind of thing.
I think he brought Common back. I think he gave Common another lifeline. I think Common was here. He was making noise.
But no, he gave him another lifeline.
He wasn't going anywhere.
But when you talk about A&R and Kid Cudi was performing at my Life open mic live tracks, right? Like he was literally performing, and the next thing you know, a couple of weeks later, he's running around with Kanye West, and I was like, oh shit, that's dope. I just seen this guy, you know what I mean? And now he's all over TV and the HBO and shit like that. But even so, I wasn't feeling his music as it progressed, you know what I'm saying? So the good music thing, I understand where they're at and the vibe that they got as far as Kanye West as an A&R, but I think I would have to go with Pharrell as far as my vote on this one, as far as A&R. I think for me, it's knowing what Kanye West can produce, and maybe as an A&R, he's like, yo, I'm allowing you guys to do this and da-da-da, we're gonna change the sound. And I don't like the way it's going, because Kanye West, crazy or not, is just a musical genius, I think, personally. So
Ye came out on Big Sean. Big Sean had the big hits.
But they both
produced.
We talking Big Sean. You talking Big Sean?
Hold on. I'm gonna let Pete say something because I got something to say about that too. Go ahead.
We got beef with Big Sean? That happened?
Nah, Big Sean is dope. Big Sean is very underrated. Big Sean is very underrated. Big Sean is very dope. Very dope.
And he wrote for a lot of people on the low. So at the end of the day, I feel like Big Sean is
Kanye.
I don't like early Big Sean.
I appreciate that he had a vision, like, I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna give the Midwest a spotlight in a way that I felt like they didn't when from early on, even though he didn't sign Twista, but putting Twista on and all those things, like, I feel like he very much so gave his, like, okay, Midwest, whatever type of thing. Pharrell was curating a brand new sound on some next level spaceship, Star Trek, all the things that he was creating, and had a whole vision and a very clear sound behind it. The joke I made when you were talking, Jules, I said, oh, but who paid the people? And both of them have examples of not giving pay and or credit to their people. So on one end, we have Khalees, who most recently has had a lot to say about it, but you signed the deal you signed, and that's unfortunate that your music gets used in that way. It's trash that people do what's done unto them and take people's writing credits away from them. But that's the music industry, and that's the way it's going. Somebody took it from me, so I'm gonna take it from you, and so on and so forth. It's the circle of life. Cue baby lion cub in the air. But when it came to Kanye, the craziest thing that I heard was this whole Sunday service thing. So when Kanye, now instead of the good, and even though this is technically not on good music, I feel like it still counts because it's really his direction. He won the Grammy for contemporary gospel album. So at the end of the day, that's his vision and what else.
Yeah. Okay. That should just made me sway my vote.
How you don't pay the choir? There is arranging and creating sound.
Because he didn't want to pull MC Hammer and take care of fucking 100 people and shit. Like, I'm not
100 people. They weren't waiting on buses from hood, like MC Hammer will open.
I doubt he was making people get to where they got to go on their own dime. Like, he's gonna make sure everything that's needed for my shit will be taken care of. Your outfits look good, transportation to get there. You need some hair and makeup. We gonna make that. But you said, pay you it's me, baby.
You see Kanye's fashion, put on this 50 Shades of Tan, and y'all get it.
They will do it. They'll fucking do it. They'll fucking do it. With that being said, do you fall anywhere on this A&R sort of debate here of either guy?
If we're talking vision and all of that, definitely Pharrell. If we're talking, definitely. If we're talking, because I feel like he had it was a body of work in terms of, but to me, if we're talking about select talent,
whatever hill you want to stand on,
then I might say Kanye, because to me, Big Sean hit different. I'm sorry. It's just that.
Get me out the cul-de-sac. You can't have them both. Like, just pick one.
All right, so if that's the case, and we're talking about talent and all, and in terms of hits and fit factors, whatever ended up happening, then I have to give it to Ye. God damn it.
Oh shit! I mean, you initially voted for him to begin with when you jumped into the game.
I am. Go ahead.
Hobo, please speak on it because, like I said, I got Ike's vote. I got Phenomenal P's vote. Where do you stand? I think I know where you stand, but I'd love to hear what you stand on this.
I am going with PHARRELL because obviously the clips. I don't care what Triple C says. If there was no clips, there would be no motherfucking Pusha T.
He can stand on a Pusha T hill though, because Pusha T was even president of good music at one point.
Man,
okay, I don't care. He didn't A&R that. Kanye didn't A&R that.
He has total say in putting him as president of the company.
Bro, that's like saying a dude dated a girl and then you started dating her and you found her first. That shit sound crazy.
We you know what? We could say that Kevin Durant was a superstar before he got to the Warriors. That's
he sure was.
That's what we could say in the reference of
he sure was.
Pusha T going and rocking with and rocking.
And I mean, but you're acting like Pusha T put out one album.
No, I'm not saying that.
With Star Trek, put out several. And let's also not, however you feel, if there was no Khalees, then we wouldn't have had the joint with Old Dirty Bastard.
We love Khalees. I mean, why are you coming at us?
If there was no Star Trek, however you feel about it, we wouldn't have had the Robin Thicke joint.
We wouldn't have no Roscoe Pico chain.
He brought a burden into the club tonight, man.
I'm being sarcastic about Roscoe.
Roscoe Pico chain is dope, but we would have had no Slim Thug. Let's we wouldn't
have had that single by Slim Thug. Thug was already a fucking platinum selling artist.
But he A&R'd that though.
His album was called Already Platinum.
We're talking A&R shit here though, no?
We are. No. Hobo has just corrected me. That was an A&R move. He literally did bring an indie artist out of Houston that was already doing his thing. That's all I was trying to clarify. Into a broader spotlight. And now Slim Thug is not just a Houston known name, is a well-known hip-hop around the world name. And that fire, I mean that track they had together, what was that shit called? Dan. I ain't heard of that. I ain't heard of that. Hold on, we ain't played music in a second. I'm about to play that motherfucker.
Yeah, you can play that.
So what you're saying is that means that Kanye gets credit for Pusha T in the same way, right?
No, negative. Yeah. Negative. because the Clips put out 4 albums on Star Trek. And I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench.
She was only messing with you, Hobo.
I know.
Gaslit you again, I guess.
I know. And I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in the whole thing. The Teriyaki Boys with the Tokyo Drift joint.
Ooh. Yeah, that's like a real that's some crate digging DJ shit right there.
What? Nah, that was all Fast and Furious. That was like the main song.
I ain't heard of that.
Like Pharrell figured out a way to make all his drums and everything sound so clean and hollow, but be his sound is so groovy and funky.
That was fire.
And
I forgot about that.
I don't like.
Do you have that song with Jadakiss and the Neptunes off the Star Trek album?
If it's on the Star Trek album, I can look it up. Hold on. I don't know this.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You can thank me later. You have to thank me now. Just thank me later, though. Yes. Lights out the air. Lights out the air. Yes, you can thank me later.
They know it in the chat room. I see them talking about I didn't know this one. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that one.
What about Ye with Tiana Taylor?
Which one?
Good one. Good one. Good one, Triple C.
But she was working out.
Man, I don't know. What's the song called? Working Out?
I don't know, but that video was in fuego.
Hey, she's not even on the song. She in a video. Y'all some simple niggas. You
he said
that Tiana Taylor song.
Yo, Triple C.
He said, yo, the one she be singing, the one she's singing, the one she's singing.
I was hoping that he was going to do better for us. I was hoping he was going to do better for us. He was like,
her albums are dope.
Yeah.
Which song are we talking about, Trip? Do you know? Or Hope, do you know which one he's talking about?
I don't, but I know the video.
Are we talking about the one with Method Man and all that?
Pablo.
That's dope too. That's dope.
Fade off.
That's what I like.
That's what he's talking about. Fade off of Pablo.
Yeah.
Fade off of Pablo?
Fade off of Pablo. Off of Pablo.
Yeah, she's not on the song, but she is in the video.
Not all on the
She's not in the song at all.
Yo, don't you even said that, Hobo. That makes it look even worse.
but I mean,
it's Tiana. No. Triple C said Tiana Taylor. Be clear.
Yeah, but he directed her. He directed her.
Tiana Taylor.
Triple C, you really try to throw that shit like you try to throw that shit down like a royal flush? Like I got two deuces or some shit. Like I got a pair of fours. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like,
Wait a minute. Can y'all hear me? Mic check. So that's a perfect example talking about Tiana Taylor though, because she went from Star Trek.
Another one, yo.
Yeah, but
that's three.
She was a baby. She was a youngin.
Yeah. See, you losing, man.
So I remember, Jules, did you come to that party?
No, but I remember she was Star Trek.
Did that Google me, baby, that song, and I was like, oh, this girl's so pretty, and this is terrible. And
yeah, I remember that.
This girl's so pretty, and this is terrible.
Sorry about that. Yeah. You're not wrong there. You're not wrong there.
I remember her from an episode of Sweet 16 on MTV.
Yeah, I remember.
Was on.
Damn, I don't watch enough TV.
This was a long time ago, and I used to watch TV.
But then when she was signed, she was around in New York for a while doing events. And I remember that party night Marquee. I don't remember who was responsible for that song, whatever. But I remember we went wherever there were free drinks. That was
always a good invite when you had the free open bar.
Oh yeah, that's always a good party.
But either which way, that was a transition for her being on good music, even though it took her going full indie to hit the way she needed to. Her participation on Kanye, My Beautiful Twisted, whatever the hell album, her backing vocals on that shit were kind of next level. Like, I feel like he got shit out of her that Pharrell never got out of her. And of course, she was a little bit older and developed too, but I think Kanye gets the win for that one. Like, he gets the credit for Tiana Taylor over Pharrell. Like, again,
if this is the hill you want to stand on, I would gladly put your vote down. I'm personally not a Tiana Taylor fan. I don't get the hype.
What?
I don't. I think she's okay. I think she's okay. I don't think she's that ill. I think I've heard way better singers than her. Couldn't name you a single except for the one that has the Wu-Tang on it. Like, that's the only one, and I don't even know the name of that one. But I like that record.
You're Gonna Love Me. That's the one. That one that has.
I like that record. I think that's a good record. I think, but again, it's also
makes you go back to the original. Smells.
I just think, like I said, it has more to do with the sample than it has to do with her per se. But again, I'm not knocking it. Again, people obviously, very important people find talented. Again, both these guys did. People putting their vote down for the Kanye side of things. I got Ike and Hobo on the Pharrell side of things. That leaves Cool Breeze and Triple C. What are you guys thinking?
I'm gonna go with Pharrell on this one.
Oh shit! Look at this. The man finally decides to stand up. Too bad Kanye had to die first. No, I'm Cool Breeze. Well, I mean, I'd love to know why you're thinking Pharrell. What's on your brain? You voted Kanye initially.
Well, he already had some of the artists that Kanye was already working with.
They did share some artists.
So they kind of like made a pivot over to
creepy pause.
So I'm gonna say Kanye because Pharrell. Pharrell.
Oh,
I'm voting for Pharrell because as I stated, he already had some of the artists over on his label on Star Trek, and then some of them made a pivot, have single careers, or the single people that he had on his label kind of went over to good music. But I think there's a little bit more of I wouldn't say more of a sound, but more of a quality sound coming out of Pharrell when it comes to his artists than Kanye's artists, because he has a lot of artists over at his label that are just kind of sitting on the shelf.
Triple C.
No, I'm going.
No, relax.
With this one.
Kick your feet up. What's the rush?
Yeah.
You wasn't rushing to give your answer before. Don't rush to give your answer now.
That's right.
No. Would you like a beer? You thirsty? Would you like some snacks? Because your vote doesn't matter right now. You might as well just have a snack, Triple C.
True.
Triple C, I'm curious, just for shits and giggles, who do you got?
I'm going with Ye.
It don't matter.
Why are you going for Ye, Triple C? Let me know.
Yes, speak on it, young man. Speak on it.
The two grizzly bears should know why they're fighting in the woods.
Old Kanye worked with a lot of people. He developed a sound. He developed a lot of people that Pharrell probably couldn't reach.
Interesting. Wrapping things up with listen. We're gonna second Hobo, if you don't mind.
Hold on. Fuck no.
You see, they're gonna claw. I thought the fight was over. They still fight outside, Ma. They still fight outside, Ma. Look at these bears, Ma.
They talk about in the chat room. Apparently, Big Sean ain't as big as fucking the Clips.
No, Big Sean is definitely not bigger than the Clips.
Yo, push your T, man. Push your T, dude.
Push your T.
Push your T. Push your T. Push your T. Period. Push your T.
That's the riot word. That's the riot word for the night.
No, don't forget about John Legend. Don't forget about John Legend.
Don't forget about it. Name one John Legend song, Triple C.
Word. Name one.
So can I
use nice the night?
Triple C with the dope.
Hey yo.
Yo, you can't. You gotta walk away, Hobo. You gotta let him live on that.
Nah, man.
He say, they say in the chat room that you giving Ye credit for Charlie Wilson work is what they're saying.
All I'm gonna say, Ye gets no credit for Charlie Wilson.
But no, yes he does, because Charlie Wilson listen. Nobody else was putting except for R. Kelly. But after that, nobody was touching Charlie Wilson anymore.
Hold on.
No.
Who was?
Charlie Wilson chose Kanye. Kanye didn't choose Charlie Wilson.
Get the fuck out of here.
No,
what are you talking about? Don't disparage Charlie Wilson like that. That's disrespectful. That's wild disrespectful.
Charlie Wilson is a legend.
Further to the whole piece of it, it's more about the Midwest thing, I think, with Charlie Wilson going with Ye. That's what I always took it as. But Charlie Wilson was still working, and he definitely was doing his own thing. And there were lots of other people.
Listen, I'm a Charlie Wilson fan.
Yeah. No,
it got a little quiet. And again, he was lucky to have a run like that based on the associations he was making in the 2000s. Yeah. Like I said, one was with R. Kelly. Regardless of whatever happened, they made good music together.
And
Snoop appearances. I mean, him on Snoop appearances as well.
Justin Timberlake used him backing vocals. Not that we give any credit to that fool, but just all in the air. There's a lot around that, but I just feel like, can I give an unpopular opinion about John Legend? You don't get Tiana Taylor, and I think John Legend is a tremendous musician and a great writer, but his voice.
Yeah, I can hear that.
I can't Neil Diamond lounge singing. We're just ordinary people.
I feel the same way. I feel like he's very early Vegas. Like, we're here, your crooner, real,
Yeah.
We got to keep things pushing. The countdown is slowly coming. But we asked the question when it came down to the A&R ears of both these producers. We decided to look at what they sort of brought to the table, and a lot of examples were thrown up there. A lot of them were chopped down when they were brought up. A lot of them were sort of raised and put on pedestals. But at the end of the night, we ended up coming to a conclusion, and it was by a small margin because most of the games were kind of one-sided. We are here to say, what's going on? I don't know what the fuck y'all laughing at. Are you still crooning? Is that what he was doing?
We're just ordinary. Love you guys. We don't know what you know.
Were we just talking about Sammy Davis? We were just talking about Sammy Davis, I feel like, not that long ago.
Boing, boing.
Hey,
it's your boing, boing, baby. It's your boing, boing.
It made, Ye made Taylor Swift hot.
Oh, see, now you got jokes.
I'm just joking.
They'll get you in the comments, Triple C, but it's a good way to get some bait going. I'm not going to lie. Wrapping up the A&R... Wrapping up the A&R ear question, we decided to put up against, like I said, which one of these guys brought the best thing to the table when it comes to the A&R abilities. And it looks like at some point in the time, most of the majority of them ended up going with Pharrell Williams. So this round goes to P, Skateboard P, that is. And it looks like we are officially tied up on the board with Kanye having 2 on the board and Pharrell having 2 on the board.